What's up everyone, welcome back. Today we're playing Koth, Fire of Resistance in Historic Brawl. Koth is a 4 mana mono red planeswalker, comes down with 4 loyalty. The +2, search your library for a basic mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle. So, kind of a unique ability for red, right? Red's not really known for searching out lands in your deck and putting them in your hand, so already Koth is kind of a unique red planeswalker because it allows you to not mana fix, but keep, have lands in your hand so you don't miss land drops, right? -3, Koth Fire Resistance deals damage to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. We have 37 mountains in the deck, so this could potentially one-shot a really big creature, or if we need to on an early turn come down and kill something small, we can, right? We're gonna have probably at least 4 mountains, so the -3 will be a 4 damage minimum. And then the -7, which is what we're trying to get to, you get an emblem with, whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, this emblem deals 4 damage to any target. So this is a mono red burn deck, right? But it's a unique mono red burn deck because we're trying to get Koth to its ultimate, -7 it immediately, and get that emblem. Then just play a mountain every turn, or cheat in a mountain every turn, or do some shenanigans. Like do the Entwood, sacrifice any number of lands, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands sacrificed this way. So we'll just sack all our lands. Let's say it's, we'll just say it's 7 lands, right? So we reveal the top 7 cards of our library, however many lands are in there, they come into play. This has the potential to totally wreck us, but we're in red, so we're going wild, right? Let's say there's 4 lands in our top 7, those 4 come in, we do 12 damage to the opponent's face. And hopefully they're already at a point where they're low on life anyway because of all of our other red burn effects. But, obviously the more lands we have in play, the better this gets, right? If it's 10 lands in play, we reveal the top 10 cards of our library, so on and so forth. So this is a nice finisher in the deck. Everything else in the deck is essentially some kind of burn spell, right? Either towards the opponent's face or towards their creatures and planeswalkers. We have some support cards like Ugin, which can make creatures, which can be blockers for our commander, or it can destroy target permanents, 1 or more colors. So mono red is great at removing artifacts and okay at removing creatures as long as they're small enough, but it's really bad at removing anything else. So this will help us with other permanents like enchantments or non-artifact, non-creature permanents. And then, 1 ring goes in every deck, self-explanatory. And then we have some proliferate effects like Staff of Completion, and there's like 1 or 2 other ones in here just to hopefully, again, get Koth to the -7. That's what the whole deck is based around. Everything else is essentially mono red, mono red party, repercussion, bonus sheet card. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, repercussion deals that much damage to that creature's controller. So now it turns all of our voltage surges into 4 damage to target creature and 4 damage to their face. Yeah, that's the deck. Let's see if we can get some wins. I've been excited for Koth for a while. I finally have all the cards to put it together. If you like this kind of content, subscribe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This was a viewer requested deck. I wanted to do it anyway, but someone did request it a while ago. So if you have a deck that you'd like to request, join the Discord. It's in the description, and there's a channel where you can request decks. Go to the Discord, join up, and drop your suggestion in there, and I'll very likely make the deck because this is a community channel. I like doing my own thing, and I like making decks that make other people happy too. So. Go ahead and join the Discord. Tough opponent off the bat. Thankfully, if we have the right hand, we have the cards to defeat it. What is it? It's a 1/2. So what does this do? Okay, whenever you attack with 1 or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter. So that's the problem, is that we do have ways to defeat this, but this card gets really big. 5 damage to target creature if spell is kicked, deals 10 damage to as you choose. So, I mean, that's a good one to have. I think we keep. We have ramp and a way to kill their commander. Once you kill the commander once or twice in this deck, the deck doesn't do anything, so that's our goal. Hopeful Initiate. Yeah. We're just gonna ramp. I clicked red and it didn't do anything, and then I went back to click and I misclicked black. Whatever. It's okay. Full partition. Okay. That's fine. I guess we get a second chance on that. Oh, this is good. This is an instant. Okay, let's save that for their commander then. Crush the Weak is also good. We could foretell that. That's a sorcery though. These are all sorceries. Okay, let's pass, because this might wipe their board. Let's put a stop here before they attack. Celestis. Solve? Okay. We'll let them attack with their 1/2. My turn. Sure. I mean, I guess we just play Koth and minus and kill their Hopeful Initiate. Right? I mean, I know we want to ultimate Koth, but this takes their only creature off the board, and their whole deck revolves around having creatures attack to get the effect. So unless they have a hasty creature, we get to keep Koth, get a mountain next turn, start the engine. What does this do? Okay. Go get a mountain.
Forget the home we lost.
Hey, look at that. We have one. Let's play the mountain they can see, I guess. What do we do? 5 damage to target creature. Can't let it attack, it'll kill our planeswalker, so we have to kill it. What does it say? During your turn, opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, enchantments. Whenever attacks, create a bunch of creatures. Yeah, that definitely has to die, so I guess we just take care of it, right? Kind of wanted to save this for later, but I think as long as we just keep removing their threats, they can't really do anything. Foretell this, since we don't have a play we can make with 2 mana anyway. They can make a Mirrex token and play their commander. Right? 3. No, they can't do both of those. If they have a land drop, they could. Okay. Search for planes. They're running out of cards, too. Fable. Yeah. Not a hasty creature, though, and we can kill that. Go get a mountain.
We'll retake this land from Phyrexia.
Yep. I think I should wait. I'll put a stop on there, before they attack and they get the treasure off this. And I think we can flame sweep them on their turn. So we have 6, right? So we can Valakut, or we could Dragon Rage Chandler. This is also a sorcery. We have 2 mana left. Nope, not good enough. Yeah, I think we just Valakut and Flame Sweep on their turn. Let's see what they do here. Got a couple triggers. Resolve them. I love playing this is a burn deck, but it's more like a big red deck. It's kind of in between. It's not really big red, but it's in between. So I like these kind of red decks that are not like, super low mana curve, like standard burn, like what you'd expect in standard burn. It's kind of like a mid-range mono red deck. I really like mid-range mono red decks. I think they're super fun. So we'll resolve the trigger. As they move into combat, we will flame sweep them. Resolve. Bye. They don't get the treasure from the token. And it's my turn. Brass, that's pretty nice. Let's go get a mountain. See, it's underestimated, like, the ability of this Planeswalker to just get you a mountain every turn. Right? Like, it's just, you never have to worry about your land drops. Pretty sick. What does this do? I mean, I guess we should play it because otherwise we're going to lose it, right? And there's no pressure on the board, so it's a blocker if they have a hasty creature. Play Brass. That's another really good one with first strike. And yeah, I think we just flood the board here. Yeah. We're about to -7 and do the thing. This makes creatures when it blocks. We can kill their commander and reflection with Crush the Weak. Does kill our DRC, but whatever. We mainly played these as blockers just in case they had hasty creatures. I mean, they are in red. Oh. Do we discard a card? Nope. I think we decline that one. Okay, so what can I get away with? So 1/1/1 would be deals 5 times X damage to up to X targets. So that would be just 5 damage to one target. Or 5 mana. Or 2/2/2, that would be 6, 8. So next turn we could, or no, this turn we could do it, right? 2/2/2, so that would be 10 damage to 2 targets. Okay. 10 plus 4 from the mountain after Koth goes away would be 14. So we're not quite there yet. We can do this. We could Crush the Weak and kill both their things. I think that's just what we do, right? So let's -7. We want the emblem. That's the whole point of the deck. Take action.
Loss.
Let's play a mountain.
This land is my raging furnace.
Let's kill your dude. Yeah. Sure, we'll keep that mountain on top. Okay, so what does this do? If a sorcerer can do damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage. Okay. 2 damage to each creature. Well, now it's gonna deal a lot of damage to my stuff. So next, let's attack with the first striker. Actually, let's just attack all. Because we have lethal next turn. Let's just get them down as much as possible. Wow, they went down to 1. Okay, and then let's just kill them with Brass trigger. Which would have done 3 damage to them. Wow. That popped off hard. I kind of forgot about Brass trigger until the end there. I can't believe they took all that damage. I thought they would block. Because if they blocked, I was gonna keep flame or whatever, Crush the Weak. That's what the spell was. Crush the Weak in exile and save it for later, right? But they actually took all the damage. I didn't expect them to do that. And then yeah, they just died to Brass triggers. Wow. Okay. Good win against a really hard deck. I mean, that's a top 5. I mean, maybe not top 5, but it's definitely in the top 7 historic Brawl decks, and it's definitely the top aggro deck in the format. So we just crushed that deck. Yeah, again, if you know, against that deck, if you just remove their commander and you remove their threats, the deck doesn't do anything. So, yeah. Typically, they're depending on, you know, their spells and their creatures making a ton of tokens to go wide and kind of kill you before you have a chance to respond. but if you're able to take out their creatures systematically like we did, the deck just kind of dies. Okay, this one will be a tougher one. So mono red, the removal in red is not good against big creatures, which Ashaya is going to be gigantic. So we'll see how this goes. This is a good one to have, although it's still probably not going to be good enough. We get to go first. This is an artifact we could sack to Voltage Surge. Okay. Kind of desperate, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah. Play the bird. No plagues, huh? Well, yeah, I guess we're just gonna ramp then. This is another artifact we can sack to Voltage Surge. We don't have a 2-mana play, so I guess we just pass. But we have double the mana the green deck does, so that's a win in itself. Once upon a time, yeah. But that's for free because that's their first spell. Nykthos, that's a good one. You know, that's a land I don't have in the deck right now, and I probably should, but I don't know. Cultivate, yeah, makes sense. I don't know, is Nykthos a good include? I mean, it looks good right now because of like Wily Goblin and some of these other permanents and Koth, but the deck is very spell based too, so I don't know if it actually would ever, or it would consistently be very good, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, I mean, against no board pressure, I guess we just Koth here, right? And maybe Koth is our way to destroy their creatures, because the -3 allows us to deal damage equal to the number of mountains we control, and we're going to have a bunch of mountains. Maybe that's the way we keep up with their deck. Spikeville has... Oh, because of the treasure. No, I think we just attack them for 1 while we have the opportunity. Green typically doesn't have hasty creatures. I mean, there's a couple I can think of, but the vast majority aren't hasty, so I'm not worried about blocking. Yeah, they play their commander, that's typical, but again, Koth can... Or can it? Can it kill it? 4, 5... We probably have a way to kill it with a couple spells. Alright, pass. Also, if we get to the ultimate, I mean, that's a good way to clear up their creatures as well with the mountains. Okay. So... This is just going to keep getting bigger. What does this do? Discard your hand. No, that ain't it. Play the mountain. But we have 6 mana. So we could burn down the house and kill our own stuff and then Voltage Surge it. We could Voltage Surge... We could attack with Wily Goblin, and if they block, then they'll be down to 5. That's risky, because if they don't block, then our plan kind of falls flat. But we have a way to kill it no matter what, so let's see what they do. Yeah, they don't block, which is smart. Okay. Well, we can -3 and do 5 damage to it. And then Voltage Surge it. Is that what we want to do, though? Two damage to any target is the +1 plus Voltage Surge. Right? Yeah. Oh, and I also have Ornithopter. Okay, that's the way. That's 6 damage. Okay, we figured it out.
I love to instigate and immolate. Let's give this a try.
I was just trying to find the best way to kill that thing. Now we can plus Koth and get to the ultimate next turn, which is great. But that was the best line. I was just trying to find the best line is what I'm trying to say. I knew we could kill it. Some of the ways were a lot more inefficient than others. Sweet. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, look at the board. Although I can't imagine. I mean, they have a whole grip full of cards. I can't imagine they didn't have, with 6 mana plus Castle Garenberg. I mean, they didn't have anything that would be okay against this board. I know it's an uphill battle because we're gonna ultimate Koth and we have 2 planeswalkers. But I mean, like, it's mono green, like with a bunch of mana. I don't know. All right. Whatever. I'm not complaining. Cool. Koth doing its thing. I haven't seen mono green Ashaya in a long time, but I'm glad that deck's still kicking around. Ashaya is such a cool creature. I don't know this card. Give me a sec while I read it. Okay, Boros. Oh, it's an alchemy card. Okay, there's like a novel worth of text here. Indestructible Haste. Sick. 1/1. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature, then conjure a card with mana value equal to the number of +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Well, it's indestructible, so that's a bummer. We do have ways to get rid of indestructible creatures in this deck with like exile and stuff, but yeah. Not in this hand. Bolt charge allows us to proliferate. This can give us a treasure. I mean, I guess we keep. We have good cards against the other stuff they'll play, but we don't really have an answer to this. It is 4 mana, so it's going to take them a minute to get there. Esper Sentinel, that's a good one against us. Yeah, we'll just make the treasure. We could strangle it. They get to draw a card, though. So I think I'll wait. I'm not really worried about their 1/1. They can attack if they want. I'll block it. They're going to... Would you like to waste a card on my Charming Scoundrel? It already did what it's supposed to do in the deck. It's here to give me a treasure token, so. Your Virtue. This is a card that gives creatures abilities, and I think it's based on like the abilities of the creature that died with it. Something. We can blow it up. We have a braid. Okay. Well, let's... Hold on, what's the best spell for this? It's not you. I guess it's Strangle, because that gives us the most mana. Resolve. Yep. What is this about? Whenever you gain life. Is it a life gain deck? Right. We'll see. We just need one more land and we're gonna be good. Okay, alright. Well, I guess we'll never know. But I mean, one more land would have let us cast Urabrask or probably Koth. We had spells to hold up. You know, if we cast Koth, then we're starting to like draw cards and refill our hand without using the cards in our hand, and we can hold them up for their stuff. I don't know how he would have gotten around the indestructible, but I don't really need to think about it anymore, so. But there are cards, in, like, red can get around indestructible. There's cards that, like, say, you know, creatures lose indestructible until end of turn, do 5 damage to target creature, stuff like that. And then there's cards that exile, too, like, I can picture the art, but I can't picture the card. It's the MDFC that does 1 damage. That exiles, so I think that would have worked. I can't remember the wording on that one, but I think that one says exile. Maybe that one says if it would die, exile it, which wouldn't work, but There are, I guarantee, there are cards in the deck that would have been able to kill that. We just don't have a ton of them. I don't know this card either. This is... Oh, yeah, I know this one. It's the Gruul fight deck. Okay. Well, we're not going to have a ton of stuff to fight. And we can steal their stuff. Impulse. This is okay, but I'm worried about... I mean, we have a ton of lands in the deck, but I'm worried about the third land drop. We'll keep... I think we'll be okay. We get to go first, so we have at least one turn to fumble. Okay, we got the third land, so we're doing good. Because we have a mana rock with the staff. Yep. Bye. Hold the bird. Still holds true 20 or 30 years later, however long it's been. Ranger class. Okay, make a wolf. Dual its trickery. Okay. We can take their wolf. Probably not the play. We could play Koth and kill their wolf. We need a land drop, so maybe we just Koth. I don't think they can kill Koth next turn, even with the +1/+1 counter on this. Why don't we get Koth down?
If there can be no victory,
Hit our land drop.
shape the earth itself.
Make sure we have our future turn set up for success. Okay, that's a good one. Whenever I play this deck, they always have this card. So, yeah, make a 3/2, make it a 4/3, right? Yeah.
You won't harm my ally.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna plus this no matter what.
I'll
So,
never forget the home we lost.
sure. We could definitely steal this and then kill their Domri, which is, I think, probably worth it. Gain control of target creature for as long as it remains on the battlefield until your next turn. Creatures your opponent's control attack each come out of Able. Or we could get this down. This doesn't untap it, which is unfortunate. I thought this untapped it and gave it haste, but it does not. Okay, why don't we just, for the sake of protecting our commander, we can always sack it to itself too, right? We could pay 3 life and proliferate. Oh, I forgot about that. Pay 1 life and destroy target so we can do that in the up to the trigger. Okay. So let's pass. We'll put a stop here to proliferate Koth.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing something?
That has haste. Could Tybalt's trickery it. Let's see if they attack with it. I think they're going to, right? Yes. Okay. So there's no point in proliferating. Pass. Yep.
We can't give
Action.
ground forever.
We could draw a card. We probably need to do that. We have a high enough life total. I think it's wise. Okay. Deal 5 damage to target creature. Yeah, I think we gotta do that. I think we gotta do that.
You trying to knock me down?
Okay, we could play this, but then we can't sack it. Well, we can. Actually we can. We can do it like. Yeah, we can do it like that. Okay. Yep. So this will trigger on our upkeep, but then we can Staff of Completion to sack the creature. That's what I've been trying to say. If that wasn't clear, that way they don't get it back. Whenever you cast a creature spell, draw a card. Sure. That is annoying, but we can kill that. Okay. Let's do full control. Draw. Main. Trigger on the stack. Wait, what? I was in full control. Okay, well. Oh, man. I guess I wasn't. I thought I clicked Control F, but I guess I was not. But it wouldn't be a video of mine if I didn't misplay something, right? I still have a good blocker. I can Koth here and kill their Beast Whisperer. I can Chandra, deal 2 damage to any target. I can Koth and kill one of their things. Man. That really fucking sucks. Well, I think we gotta draw a card. So, Urbrask is a good one. Not quite what we need right now, though. Urbrask is a 4/4 first striker. Yeah, the first striker might get them. They are a fight deck, so we'll see if they fight something, but... let's see if they block. Each opponent. I think we need the cards right now. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I wish it didn't happen like that, but I'm glad that they took the trade.
They can only punish you if they catch you.
Okay. Draw a card. Yeah, we were really looking for like a burn down the house or some effect like that with the draw spell. Okay, I don't think they realize that Urbrask is a first striker, but they're about to find out. Okay, gotcha. They did know that. Okay. Well, if that was their big brain play, I mean, you know, that was a good one. Yeah, fight all my creatures. We still wreck them with the burn down the house. So I'm really hoping we draw that. I mean, that's a big boy. Play the mountain. Down to 13. Man, we really need a sweeper. Even playing this is not great. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Flying haste. Gets +1/+1. When it power becomes 20, it deals 20 damage to any target. We're pretty far away from that. If we pay 4 life to draw a card, Then what? Then we could plus this and kill their card draw. Or no, that's their card draw. I think we're gonna run out of time. I think we're gonna draw a card. Not what we're looking for, but it's more mana, so sure. Maybe this will distract them. I think they might have lethal anyway, but yeah, they definitely have lethal anyway. I forgot about the +1/+1 counters from their thing. Well, let's see what we would have drawn, and then we can just get out of this game. Underworld Breach wouldn't have done it. Yeah. We think we, if we made some better choices in that game, we would have fared a little bit better, but it's okay. 2 wins, 1 loss, no big deal. I definitely misplayed with the token. I guess I didn't do full control, but that was a trade we didn't have to have. And so that would have changed the dynamic of the latter part of that game. That's unfortunate, but I mean, if you've watched my channel enough, you know that I misplay all the time. So it's not like we're taking the game too serious on this channel. It's about making mistakes and learning from them. I mean, the only reason I'm any bit competent at playing this game is because I've made so many mistakes. It's not from just being good at the game. It's from making a lot of mistakes. Alright, Ragavan turn 1's pretty sick. Mono black deck. No, Dimir deck. Dimir deck. They're going to take them a while to get out Toxrill unless they're Reanimator. Yeah, I think we'll keep. They might not keep removal. We'll find out. Because we have a, or maybe they're looking for like Planeswalker removal, but, you know, if they have a cut down or something, they should definitely use it here. Sure. Fiery Impulse, probably. Fine with me. Turn 1 Ragavan. Yeah, we'll take your mana Geode. Try 1. 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. 7/7. Yeah, it's not gonna hurt to have that. Next turn I think we play Koth. And I mean, it depends on what they do. They might hold up a counter spell here. If they hold up a counter spell, I'm just gonna attack with Ragavan and steal your stuff. Gate to Tumbletown. Alright, well, let's see if they let Ragavan live. Doomblade. Cool. But now they can't counter my commander, so.
If you're not,
Ragavan did its thing, gave us a treasure, ramped us. Now we have double the mana that they do. And we have our commander down without getting countered, so we'll take that. Throw in War. Plus Koth. Hopefully they don't find Planeswalker removal on their next draw. Or they already have it in their hand. What should we do here? I think we can Tumbletown, right? And Tectonic Giant. They have a 1 mana counter? No, they have Cling to Dust. They're digging for an answer. That's good. That means they don't have an answer. Theoretically. Sweet. Man, people people are scared to play this deck. Mono black. Or not mono black, sorry, Dimir. Pretty disappointing from a Dimir deck. I mean, they obviously have the typical stuff you would expect. I mean, is this Were you not prepared for one creature, one planeswalker? I mean, we have equal mana. I don't know. Okay. Sure. We have time for one more game. Hopefully in the future I can make either more videos or longer videos. I don't know which ones you guys care about or which one you prefer more. But sometimes like I only get enough time to play like 4 games, you know, in the hour or whatever that the video is, and it's not that those 4 games, sometimes like 2 of them are like, oh, acclimating to the deck, I'm a little rusty, and then the next 2 are like a little bit closer to how the deck plays, and so I feel like 1 hour is almost not even enough to like give a actual accurate picture of the deck. So sometimes I'm like, man, I should play for like another 30 minutes or whatever, but I don't know, you guys tell me. You tell me if that's a good idea. Like instead of an hour video, an hour and a half. Mono white. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers additional time. So they have low power creatures. So Strangle's good. Yeah, I mean, Ramp and Koth. We've been going on the play a lot during this episode, which has been refreshingly nice, but it's definitely helping us. You know, red is a fast color, so allowing us to be first is definitely helpful. We'll start with the Gate to Tumbletown. I don't know why, that just makes me laugh. We have a bunch of ramp, so... And then, you know, we can use Koth as removal, or we can just keep on ramping. Okay. This is sorcery. I think we just Ornithopter here. Let's get the mana cooking. This can block this guy. It's not going to get its effect until they have more creatures. The gnome. So is this a life gain deck? Crush the Weak is nice. I didn't even notice that. Okay. This is an 0-3, so we can just Koth here, right? Or do we crush the Weak? Do we set up? Do we like staff and then foretell crush the Weak? I think so. Right? Yeah, we have a mountain in hand. We can play Koth next turn. Crush the Weak is 1 mana. Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Let them play out their creatures into the Crush the Weak. Pay 2. I just did. Auto pay. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Arena. So they can attack. They don't have 3 or more creatures, so it's just a 1/1. They're holding up 3 mana. Do you have like a reprieve or something? I'm confused why you wouldn't play anything. You want to reprieve me? Now would be the time. Okay, nope. Reprieve, for those not familiar, I think it's reprieve. It's a 2 mana white spell that puts... It's like a white counter spell, but it puts it back in their hand, or I think it puts it on top or something like that. Oh, okay. So they had enchantment removal. Sure, that's fine. Are they like a... I'm confused. Are you a life gain deck? Are you like a mono white control deck? I mean, let's just play Koth. We have enough mana to recast him if they have Planeswalker removal. They don't have anything instant speed, so... And then I guess we just pass? I don't really want to use Crush the Weak on one creature. It seems like a waste. We have Strangle, too, if we really need to get rid of it. Why are you counting my lands? You're making me nervous. You have Armageddon over there, or what? Like, uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, now Crush the Weak is really good. And that's why I wanted to wait, because they were going to do stuff like this. Okay, yeah. Would you like to attack with your 3/3? They do. Okay, well. I would like to pass, block. I don't have anything to do instant speed, right? No. Pass. Yep. Proliferate. They scooped up that shit so fast. Okay. They didn't even know about the Crush the Weak. They can't see this. This is exiled face down. Foretelled cards are exiled face down, so the opponent can't see them. But just the fact that I was going to be able to ultimate Koth was enough. They were like, no, I'm not playing this game anymore. I mean, I get it, because they know I have a mountain in hand. Now every time I play a mountain, I can just pick off one of their creatures. But they didn't even know that that wasn't the plan. The plan was just to wipe their board. Okay, well. I'm trying to play longer games, but it doesn't look like it's in the cards tonight. What's this? Choose target opponent, destroy target land that player controls. All crew deals 3 damage to that player and 1 damage to each creature. 6 mana land destruction. Okay. Oh, crack a pack. Why not? Anything good? Pretty good. And yeah, the Veil lands are sick. I think I have 2 of these now. I need to get the rest of them, but all right, let's do a deck review. So yeah, Koth, super fun. So fun. I'm kind of disappointed that I have to cut the episode right here, but you know, I got to get sleep and shit. But the deck is great. I mean, we didn't even get to see some of the, you know, kind of cool tech cards in here. Like, you know, we talked about Hugh the Entwood. The games never really go long enough for this to be a factor, but you know, it's in there. Mana Flare is another funny one. So when you first read this, you might think, well, that's bad because it helps your opponent. But you got to remember that we're doing a bunch of damage to them. So like, let's say the opponent's at 14 life. We have 7 lands. We draw Mana Flare. We play it. So now we're doubling our mana and their mana. So, you know, if we have like a Banefire, right, we have double mana for that. If we have a, you know, any X spell, if we have a Crackle with Power, you know, we could just kill them on the spot, right? So the Mana Flare, you know, we're already getting a consistent amount of, you know, lands because of Koth, right, and the way that the deck works, plus our ramp and stuff like that. But, you know, this doubling our mana for lands, at least, helps us just immediately kill the opponent, right? They're going to spend all their mana dropping their 6 drops and making their board big, but they're probably not going to kill you that turn, right? They're going to spend their turn with all that mana deploying stuff on their boards. They can kill you like the next turn. But we're just going to kill them immediately. So, yeah, anyway, that's a funny one. Underworld Breach, right? I mean, everyone's probably familiar with this card. It's a CDH staple, but in this deck, it's great. You know, 2 mana, all of our cards in our graveyard gain escape. So we can just cast a bunch of our removal or our, you know, direct damage spells like Lightning Bolt and stuff like that, and just kill the opponent. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of really cool tech in here that we didn't get to see, but even with the stuff that we saw, I mean, the deck hummed really, really well. It is kind of nice to have I mean, I can't think of another deck except for maybe like a mono green deck, mono green ramp, where you would want all like this many basic lands. But because Koth, you know, fetches basic mountains, and whenever a mountain comes into play, you know, we deal the damage if we have the ultimate. You really want this many snow-covered mountains. The only concession I'd make is maybe Nykthos, right? Because since we're a monocolored deck, you could put Nykthos in here. You could cut one snow-covered mountain. I don't think going down to 36 is going to change that much. And you could put Nykthos in. In fact, why don't we just do that? Because it's probably worth it. That way when I put this deck on deck list online, it'll have Nykthos. But, there we go. Other than that, I mean, you know, you could even argue that these are not necessary, right? But they, you know, we're in mono red, so any little additional value is good, right? But there's no, I'm a big proponent of MDFCs, and there are no MDFCs in here, right? It's just all basics and 3 value lands. So I would keep it pretty close to this. I think we saw in those games that, you know, just first of all, having untapped red sources in a mono red deck is good, right? But because this deck is so fast, you know, the untapped nature of basic lands really helps that. But it's also, you know, we fetch them. The deck is around fetching these cards specifically, so let's have a lot of them in there. But yeah, so anyway, that's the deck. I really enjoyed it. I'm not a big fan of Planeswalker commanders. Definitely in the actual format commander. I don't think Planeswalker commander should be allowed personally. And that's not. You have a Planeswalker commander deck, I'm sorry. It's not a personal attack against you. It's just a personal philosophy for me. Like, I'm never going to build a commander deck with a commander that's a Planeswalker. To me, it goes against the spirit of the format. But Historic Brawl is not the same format. It's a different format. And so in this format, these guys are legal. You know, Wizards made this format as like a byproduct of Commander. And so it's kind of interesting to try it out, right? And again, I'm not a big proponent of them, especially not in Commander. But in Historic Brawl, I'm a little bit more lenient because it's a different format. And since you're 1v1, it's a little bit more fair. And I think Koth is probably my favorite Planeswalker commander. You know, if you had to make me play one, you know, this one to me is so well designed, and it's such a cool effect to mono red. You know, you normally don't get search for land cards in red, right? But the ability to do that, but then make it flavorful with red, right? Like whenever a mountain enters the battlefield, it does 4 damage to any target. That's very flavorful with red. I mean, there's already like Valakut, the land that kind of does the exact same thing in red, right? I don't think Valakut is on Arena, but I wish it was, because that would go right in this deck. That would be a land I would put in immediately. But you know, it's a very like red flavorful card. So really like the design of this Planeswalker, and it's softened me up to the Planeswalker commander, you know, initiative, so to speak. Anyway, that's enough of me babbling. Love the deck, give it a try. I wouldn't stray too far from the setup that it already is. I wouldn't like start replacing a bunch of stuff, because it's kind of tuned for what it does. And you can see the mana curve is really nice, like a lot of 1-drops, a lot of 2-drops, and then it starts to scale down from 3-drops into the, you know, the back end of the deck. It's a fast deck, so you kind of want a lot of stuff in the, you know, 1, 2, 3 slots, and then these can kind of be your support later on, and help finish the game. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, join the Discord. If you don't need to request a deck, you can just join the Discord and talk with other people from the channel. Talk about Magic. You know, talk about whatever. Have a good evening. See you guys in the next one. Later.